Every year, Apple releases another iPhone, and like a complete Apple sucker, I buy every single one of them. And this year, I'm planning on buying multiple iPhone 15s and iPhone 15 Pros, so you might want to subscribe to the channel for a giveaway or something like that when these phones launch. But while it is my job to buy new iPhones every year and put them through their paces, I have to be honest, even if this wasn't my job, I would be buying a new iPhone 15 Pro this year because based on the rumors, it sounds like the iPhone 15 Pro is going to fix the biggest complaints that I had with the iPhone 14 Pro, and these fixes could make this the dream iPhone I have always been waiting for. So for this video, I want to walk you through why I'm buying an iPhone 15 Pro on day one, and what rumored features have me salivating. And that all starts by fixing one of my biggest complaints in the Pro series iPhones. These phones are just too heavy. Yeah, one of the selling points for the iPhones back in the day was that they were made of a durable and long-lasting aluminum metal, but they were also still lightweight and comfortable to hold, and that all changed with the introduction of the iPhone X, which switched its aluminum frame for a more premium-feeling stainless steel frame. And while the change to the stainless steel frame was fine on the X series, it got a little bit more complicated with more recent iPhone releases, with Apple releasing bigger and bigger phones with thicker casing and heftier batteries. This increased the weight from the initial iPhone X from 174 grams to 206 grams on the 14 Pro, and then 240 grams on the 14 Pro Max. That's an 18% increase in total weight on the smaller iPhone 14 and a whopping 37% increase in total weight on the Pro Max. And no matter how much I hit the gym, as my commenters keep telling me to hit the gym if this phone feels too heavy, I assure you I have been, and this thing still feels heavy to me, even though I am able to now bench press 225 pounds. Not to toot my own horn, I'm sure that's like an amateur accomplishment for a lot of you, because you're all pro weightlifters out there, you're all Prince Charming and Arnold Schwarzeneggers, but I'm just Greg. I'm just Greg. Barbie movie reference. I liked Oppenheimer a little bit more. Anyway, that is about to change with the iPhone 15 Pro series switching its premium but heavy stainless steel material for a new titanium material. Now, titanium, how I said that weird, titanium is a lighter material than stainless steel by around 43%, but without losing any of the durability of stainless steel. In fact, titanium is 30% stronger than stainless steel. So you're going to be getting an iPhone that's just as premium feeling, but lighter. And titanium as a material, I think, is a nice change from the stainless steel material, which is shiny and prone to fingerprint smudges and micro scratches, whereas titanium has more of a matte finish, which should leave these annoying smudges in the past. Of course, even I'm not one to throw away money just because something looks new and shiny. I know that's the thing you would say about an Apple fan, but there has to actually be practical benefits to this phone as well, and honestly, the 15 Pro sounds like it's going to have a lot of them. The biggest for me, though, would be the camera. I absolutely love the camera on my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and this year the iPhone 15 Pro is rumored to have that same 48 megapixel resolution, but with an even bigger camera sensor for better low light performance and improvements also made to the main camera lens. However, it's not the upgrades to the main camera this year that have me particularly excited. It's what Apple is adding to the bigger Pro Max model this year, and that is something the iPhone camera has needed for a long time: a better zoom lens. Yeah, once Apple released the 2x software zoom on the 48 megapixel sensor, I knew that the 3x lens on the iPhone 14 wasn't destined to be around that much longer. And with the 15 Pro rumored to have a longer 5 to 6x zoom range, that is going to give us iPhone users a phone that is able to capture photos from a longer distance away, just like many Android flagship smartphones have been capable of for quite some time. Except, I wouldn't be surprised to see Apple Zoom have some special Apple magic to make that feature a standout, even compared to its rivals. Every year, I use the iPhone camera more and more, and even in a lot of the videos I shot for this channel in 2023, the iPhone 14 Pro Max has had a starring role, especially when I have to shoot quick segments for my Day in the Life video series. And in fact, I shot an entire video about the iPhone 14 Plus this year with my iPhone 14 Pro, and it was incredible not only how great the footage looked, but how easy it was to shoot with an iPhone 14 Pro over my bigger camera. That is until I had to offload all of that beautiful 4K footage onto my Mac. That was a painful and eye-opening experience that taught me that AirDrop is great, but it isn't great for transferring multiple large files at a single time. And with the iPhone 14 Pro still only using USB 2.0 speeds on its Lightning connection, it also made it crystal clear to me that Apple needs to switch over to the faster transfer speeds with a USB-C port. Yeah, you might be surprised to hear an Apple guy say that USB-C is one of the features he is looking forward to the most on the iPhone 15 Pro. But it's true, and it's not even for charging. I have so many MagSafe wireless chargers and extra lightning cables from years and years of purchasing iPhones that in some ways the USB-C switch might actually be a little expensive to replace the sheer amount of lightning cables I've acquired over the years. No, what I'm really looking forward to is the faster data transfer speeds that USB-C will bring to the 15 Pro, and what I'm really looking forward to is Apple potentially not just bringing 10 gigabit per second USB-C transfer to the iPhone 15 Pro, but the faster Thunderbolt 3 standard, which can max out at 40 gigabits per second. If Apple does that, I'm investing in a ton of storage this year, and I'm going to be shooting even more on my iPhone because the footage is going to look great, and getting those files offloaded to my Mac is going to be faster than even using something like my SD card for my camera, which means it will be the fastest production workflow I have ever used. Speaking of faster action, the action button. Yeah, I know Android fans are gonna start typing in the YouTube comments right now, mocking me, saying, oh, this guy's pumped for a new button, big deal. But I can't tell you how many times I've enjoyed using the action button on my Apple Watch Ultra. It's been really helpful to map a feature I use every day to my Apple Watch, which is using a stopwatch. Like anytime I need to make an espresso, and I time my espresso extraction for about 25 to 30 seconds, and I do that about 2 to 3 times a day. I drink a lot of coffee. That button, doing that over and over again, it comes in handy, right? It saves me time, and this is only going to get more useful on the iPhone 15 Pro, where I plan to use this extra shortcut button, not for a timer, but to launch the camera app on my phone. If there's something I want opened as soon as possible on my phone, it is the camera. And when I'm using the camera, it would be nice to have a dedicated button that is only used for taking photos. I know you can currently use the volume buttons, but again, it would just be nice to have that single solitary button. Although I do wonder how I'll feel about losing the mute switch, considering that I do use the mute switch on my iPhone. And maybe I will have to choose between choosing a dedicated camera button or maybe mapping that functionality back to the mute switch, although I'm guessing I'm gonna keep it on the camera because if it's switching over to a button, I feel like that's gonna be too easy to accidentally press, meaning that it might be too easy to accidentally unmute your phone, which is something that's embarrassing, and I wouldn't want to do that. Now, the one thing I buy a new iPhone for every year is not the faster processor, not the better screens, not the new design, and yes, those are all rumored to be coming to the iPhone 15 Pro this year with a faster A17 chip with even thinner bezels, and I'm sure they will improve that OLED display again, just like they do every single year. But no, those things, I kind of don't notice as much as I used to. Sure, they're nice to have as add-ons, and I won't ever complain about a better design or a better screen or a faster phone, but the thing is, the thing I really need is better battery life. This has even been a recent controversy on the internet with people claiming that their iPhone 14 Pro battery life health isn't as good as their previous iPhones. And while that wasn't the case for me, considering the battery seemed to be degrading at the same rate as my previous iPhones, I still find that every year, the one thing I want out of my iPhone, the one feature I constantly need more of, is battery life. Now, at this point, I can safely use my phone for about a day without fear of it running out of battery power, but that's on an average day. Let's say it's a day where I'm traveling a lot or using my camera to shoot a bunch of videos or photos, or I have poor cellular reception. Well, then even my iPhone 14 Pro Max can't reliably last a full day on a single charge. This year with the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, it is rumored to be getting an even bigger battery, coupled together with that more efficient 3nm A17 chip, makes me hopeful that the iPhone 15 Pro Max will be able to withstand even more rigorous days of using the phone and truly put my battery anxiety away for good. And if not, well, I guess I'll just pack a MagSafe battery pack, just to be sure. Just to be sure. There's nothing wrong with making sure that your phone's gonna last the day, right? But yeah, these are the reasons that I'm excited for the new iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, and these are the reasons I plan on buying one day one, even if I wasn't going to be reviewing it for you fine folks, which I am going to be reviewing in just about a month. It's about a month for being released, so if you want to see that full review and maybe potentially win an iPhone in a hypothetical giveaway, maybe you should subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, be sure to give me a like, and also let me know your reasons on why you're planning or maybe not planning to buy an iPhone 15 Pro this year. I always enjoy reading your comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.